Well, I've been tagged 5 questions, 5 answers videos that's going around, so I'm going to do that now. Well, thank you Steve from Seaside Life. He's very kindly tagged me to, come on focus there, to answer these questions that are doing the rounds at the moment. So the first question is, why an allotment? Well, I've always been passionate about growing food. A few years ago I needed more land, needed more space. I didn't really want an allotment. I was happy in the back garden, purely because I didn't feel I had the time for an allotment. Then a friend of ours who had recently had heart surgery asked for help with his allotment, and in return he shared half of his allotment with us. Well, I jumped at that chance and carried it on. We moved, I mean, it was an hour's drive then. We moved house and it was another 20 minutes on top of that. So an hour and 20 minutes to go to the allotment, and if we were cooking dinner or something and wanted carrots or something, I would say, I've got them on the plot, but I would then have to go buy them. So journey times factored in, so I got one 5 minutes away. So, and with my garden I've got now, it's big enough that I perhaps don't need an allotment, but I kind of like the social side of the allotment tiering as well. And with a garden, as much as it's mine, it's the wife's as well. The allotment is all mine, it's my area, so I can do pretty much what I want. Why YouTube? Honestly, I started YouTubing because to basically try and drum up advertising, I guess, for my podcasts. I started podcasting 4.5 years ago. At the time, there was no real podcasts that were UK based around growing food. There was lots from other countries like America and Australia, and they were very, very good. UK ones were more gardening based, so there was only 2 I can think of, and that was one from the RHS and one from Gardener's Question Time. And I spent ages trying to find podcasts, so I went, if I can't find it, I might as well make my own. So I done that. I'm a fridge engineer, I don't have a clue what I'm doing, but I've built it up, and YouTube just kind of felt like it fit in with that. So I built the YouTube. Originally I'd done it very, very little, and then about coming up to 2 years ago, my grandfather died, and my grandfather always grew his own vegetables, fruit and vegetables. He fed 5 children when he was younger, including my mum. But at the outbreak of World War II, he taught all his fellow students how to grow their own food. And I kind of felt all that information he had has been lost. So I thought I'll document everything I do, and I'll put it on YouTube, podcasts, photos, I've got a blog. That way there's a record of everything that I've done that isn't going to be lost. How long have I been growing for? When I was about 5, 6, my dad gave me and my sister a small patch of ground. That was our little bed, but he was more tending to it. At the age about 10, I guess, I took over an overgrown plot of land at the top of our garden, which was my dad's vegetable patch before my parents got divorced. So I took on that. At 10 I took on that. My granddad gave me a lot of help and advice. Aunts and uncles came over and helped. It was really, really good. When I was about a teenager, we moved house, and I did quite a bit of growing still, but not quite as much as I'd done then. And then during my apprentice years, still didn't do a huge amount. I was dabbling, I guess. And then, well, when I got my own flat, I grew herbs in a windowsill, and then I moved in with Amanda, who's now my wife, but then she was my girlfriend. When I moved into her house, I commandeered her garden and grew tomatoes and stuff there. So yeah, I guess I'm 35, so you could say I've been growing for 25 years, really. That's pretty good going when you put it like that. What do I grow? All I'm interested in growing is edibles. So if I can eat it, I will grow it. Get a bit dark. Let me just turn on the light. Any better? So yeah, I'm only really interested in edibles. So that's what I grow. So potatoes, tomatoes, onions, apples, strawberries, garlic, pretty much anything that's edible. I like doing new stuff. I like trying interesting things. The only things I don't grow are apricots, because I don't like them, and mushrooms, because I've got a mushroom allergy, and it's really annoying, because I think I would really like to try growing mushrooms. Of course, I grow quail and eggs from both chicken and quail, so not really growing, but it's still food production nonetheless. Ooh, my favourite thing to grow, a really hard one, that one, because I find my favourite thing changes throughout the year. So when strawberries are in season, they'll be my favourite. Recently, Jerusalem artichokes were in season, they were my favourite. Leeks are pretty good. I can't really say. If I really had to choose only one thing that was my favourite, I'd probably say chilies, because I do like hot food. But even then, that's only nudged ahead. It's a tough one. That's a very tough one to answer. Anyway, so now I've got to recommend or tag 5 others to do these questions. Now, I wrote a list of lots of people who I thought I'd like to ask, but some have already been tagged, so I've not added those. First off, Grumpy Gardener. I haven't heard from him for a while now, actually, but he's normally around. Very, very sociable, and I think it'd be interesting to find him. Nick's Allotment, another great guy, very helpful, very social. Brian from Allotment Life, be interesting to find out from you, because I know you've got a wealth of knowledge. Trees, Woods and Forest Gardens, he's always commenting on stuff, so I'd like to add him. And then I'm going to go for Allotmental as well. Again, he's always commenting, so I'd be interested to see if he'll put a video up with this. Now, I had a few other people. I wanted to tag Muddy Boots, Purple Sweet Pea, Amanda's Allotment, and Nick's and Huey Scott, just to mention a few. There was a lot more that I wanted to mention as well, but some have already been tagged. and some of already done videos. So if I haven't mentioned you and we talk, please don't worry. Don't feel offended. It's just, it's tough, and possibly somebody else has already mentioned you. Anyway, so that's it for this time, and I will see you all again next time.